Welcome, welcome, welcome to all my students. I am Professor Krev, and today I will be teaching you Italian. So welcome to Italian class. Welcome, 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 welcome. Now today, obviously, we're gonna start the basics. We're not gonna do anything too hard. Even though Italian is a pretty hard language, once you know everything about it, and when you're fluent in it, you realize how hard in different passages there are in Italian. But other than that, we'll start with the basics, and then we'll slowly progress and become fluent, because I'm the best teacher ever. That's why my classroom is full. But other than that, let's start with the greetings. Now, obviously you want to say hi to a person, and you're gonna want to, introduce yourself. You're going to want to start off with buongiorno or ciao. But buongiorno is more out of respect. Ciao, you usually say it when you know the person or they are your friend or something like that. With a teacher, even though you know them, you don't really say ciao because they're not your friend or like a family member. But even in far family members, like maybe you're like aunts that like you never see, you usually would have to say buongiorno or something out of respect just because you don't know her. But that really depends on like the culture of the area in Italy and the family. But we're getting a little sidetracked. So we'd say buongiorno. Giorno means day. So usually buongiorno, we say it around like morning time when we wake up, or around before 12 basically. Buon pomeriggio means good afternoon. Pomeriggio means afternoon, so good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Buonasera means good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. And buonanotte means good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. We use buonanotte for mostly like sleep tight wishes, I guess, like good night for like people to going to bed. But you can also use it as like a good night, but that really depends on the person on how they use it. I personally only use buonanotte as like saying good night, but it really just depends how you want to. Now here we're going to be writing other ways of saying. So you can say arrivederci means goodbye. It means basically see you again, but it's more of a respectful way of saying that. It means good riddance, but like in a good way. Then now to say thank you, we say grazie, 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 grazie. That is pretty straightforward. And to say you're welcome, we say prego, prego, prego. But prego one also means beg, but that's like the verb prego, and not like you're welcome prego. We will get into that eventually, but now we're just starting off with the basics. If you're mad at somebody and they just, cut you off while you're driving, or they just stole your morning cappuccino, that's really, that's one thing, that's one good reason why to start a fight. But if you're really mad, this is an essential word that you need to know. these words all like that I'm writing right now are basically the basic fundamental words of the Italian language. So, vaffanculo. Now, I won't really say the meaning, like directly translated, but you just use it, to like basically take your anger out on somebody who has done something really bad to you, like drink your morning cappuccino or cut you off in your car. And another word that it is key in the Italian language, to get yourself around, like orient yourself in an Italian city when you go visit, is mi aiuteresti per favore. That means, would you please help me? That means, would you please help me? Basically, if you need, information and whatnot, you just say, mi aiuteresti per favore, and then you pull out the translator, because I don't think I'll be teaching you this or more to it up until, maybe like a couple more lessons. But, we're gonna need this. Pull out the translator and you'll need this. Per favore means please, 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 please. Mi aiuteresti means would you help me? It's not like English that is like, a good amount of words. It's like 4 words, but here it's only like a word, and like this thing, me means like, talk about yourself, and aiuteresti is helping me out. But we'll get in depth with the verbs eventually. Aiuteresti is just a way of saying it more kindly, because then you can say aiuti, but aiuteresti is more formal, as when you don't know the person. But yeah, these are more like the essential words, I guess. And of course we have this, the gelato, because you're stuck in I guess like a part of Rome, and you like can't speak Italian at all, but you watched ASMR by Krebs video, and you could use all of these, but this might be the most important word, gelato, because you're like gelato, gelato, and they'll just take you to the nearest gelateria, and once you're at a gelateria, you can easily just like find your way back to the hotel room, because the gelateria isn't gonna be in some abandoned, like, I guess like street. It's gonna be more in like a main part of the city, you know what I'm saying? Not like unknown, I guess, not really secluded. But yeah, just yell gelato and people will be like, wow, this guy really wants ice cream. So they'll just like take you to the nearest gelateria, and that actually might be helpful. So yeah, this is the really key word in Italian language. But now we're gonna study some colors. So since we're gonna need to know like how to say different things, like, oh look, pointing that out, like this is yellow, here we have it. Okay, so green in Italian we say verde, verde, verde. Green is verde, verde. It might sound like a little like complicated to like roll the R's, but just keep practicing. I can't really explain to you how to roll R's. I was kind of like born with it, or I was taught since little. So I don't know how to really like explain how to roll your R's, but just, I don't know, make like do this sound or something. I'm sure you know how to do that, and then just like roll your, I don't know. But yeah, we'll probably do rolling R lessons eventually, because that might take a while, so we'll have like one separate hour for doing that. But anyways, for purple we say viola, 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 viola. Viola sounds like a nice like name. It sounds like cozy in a way. I don't know, I just like saying viola. It sounds relaxing in a way, in like not a weird way, I guess. Like just viola sounds like a nice word to say. And now, okay, yellow. Yellow we say giallo. Giallo, not giallo like Spanish. You don't like in Italian the double L's is l. L. You say the L's, you don't say like a Y. It's giallo. This right here is not giallo, it's giallo. There isn't no H, and you're never gonna find an H in front of a G or a C. That isn't like that. It'll be like, you know, in English, a CH is ch. In Italian, it's k. So, you know, que, like what is, you know, not che, it's que. We'll probably get into that more in depth, but as of now, just pronounce giallo, giallo, and not giallo, if that ever came to mind. And now here we have pink, which is rosa, 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 rosa. Now here you roll your R, but not like verde. Like rosa is just like a quick roll of the R, but still that sounds like rose. Just, oh, like, that's how you say rose. Black. Black is nero, nero, nero. You roll your R's, but like the rosa is like a quick roll. Verde is more like a longer roll of the R. But yeah, it's nero, not nero. Nero. In Italian, you probably, if you find a ni, if you have to say ni, it'll be with an I, never with the E. It'll be with an I. That's how you say ni, like E. It's an I, not E. Really, really complicated, but to like somebody who might not know any other language, it sounds really hard, except English. It sounds really hard. Now, orange is arancione. See, this is what I mean. It's in it. So in English, to get the ch sound, it's ch, but in Italian it's ci or gi for g or chi. Never with the h. The h makes it k or g. Like, I don't know, like ghetto. Not, it's, see, ghetto is the word derived from, I think, Italian maybe, but you say gh, not ghetto. You don't say ghetto, you say ghetto, ghetto. I don't know where ghetto derives from, but I think it might be from Italian, but I'm not too sure. So it's arancione, a quick roll of the R, and not sioni, gione, like all at once, not sioni, you know. Alright. Now here we have blue. Now there's gonna be an accent on the U, so it's gonna be quick, like blue, 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 blue. It's like saying blue, but just cut off like half of like the U, just blue, you know. And you pretty much know how to say blue in Italian. And then red is kind of like Spanish, if you do know Spanish. It's more complex though, because in Spanish it's rojo, which, you know, is more easy to say than rosso. Some people, I don't know if this is hard for you, rosso, because you might say like rosso or rosso, because in Spanish you can only say rojo or rajo, but it's an H, so it's like softer. And we are, I guess, done with my first lesson of teaching you guys, or just you, but we are done with the lesson. I really hope you want a second lesson of this. I really enjoyed teaching you Italian and the basics. And remember, if you're stuck, just yell gelato and people just take you to the nearest gelateria. And usually gelateria aren't in secluded areas, so you'll easily find your way back from the gelateria. That's a little street smart thing in Italy. Or that I've just made up myself, but let's pretend it's in Italy. But yeah, I really do appreciate it. Oh, and this is the Italian flag. So let's just review real quick. What is this? Verde, good job. Oh, we didn't do this, but it's bianco. It's like Spanish, but just with an I. And then this is rosso. Good job, good job. Really good job. Well, I do really just appreciate teaching you and overall kicking off my teaching career with this, like what I got here, and you. So yeah, thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next lesson.